Okay, I think it's working. That's why I kept doing that. Alrighty, guys. I don't think anybody's watching. So let's do this. Let's get it pulled up on my phone. Alright. So, guys, we are live. It's your cousin Dustin. We are live in the Snowpocalypse 2026. It's a good time. It's a good time to be alive, guys. We got the penguin edit, making us all go out into the winter ice. Alright. We got the S&P 500 sitting at 6,960, up 0.64% today. We're over here on Trade View. Looking at Trade View. Let's look. Okay. Oh no. I had to refresh, sorry. It's up 44 basis points. Up 64% at 6,959. Okay. The Dow Jones is up 0.71%. Very nice. Looking good. Trying to pull my stream up on my phone. Give me a moment. Oh my goodness. Gold has passed 5,000. That's at 5,044. Up 1% on the day. Gosh dang. Silver is up to 108. It's up 5%. Okay, here we go. I think I can pull it up on my phone here. Okay, maybe I can't. It's not letting me. Maybe I can't. The euro versus the dollar, is that what that is? I believe. Yeah, so they've got some wacky stuff going on with the Japanese currency right now. Kind of crazy, kind of interesting. It's not letting me pull it up on my phone. That's not very good. Sometimes it kind of gives me trouble. Bear with me. What does it all mean? Good thing nobody's watching this. Because I don't know what the heck is going on, for real. I really, truly don't. I'm trying to get it pulled up on my phone so I can see it. It would make it a lot easier. But it's not working. Okay. Oh, that's why it keeps doing that. Sorry. There we go. Let's just read through the charts for a minute here, guys, before we really do anything stupid. Bitcoin is at 87,000. Bitcoin is at 87,000. It's up 1.35% on the day, though. Old Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin ever get above 100,000 again, guys? Let me know. What do you think? What do you think? I think it will. I think Bitcoin's going to be one of those things that goes up and down over time, but mostly goes up. I think it'll go eventually. Guys, remember, this is not financial advice. We are just looking at the charts together and reading stuff together and learning together. That's what I want to do. I want to learn with you. Well, I guess it's not going to work. At least the stream's going, so I think we're good. Okay. Silver is at 107. An incredible run it's had. Oops. I keep doing that. It got as high as 116. But it's honestly fallen off quite a bit. Look at that. Over the past 5 days, it's up 14%. Dang. Look at that movement, though. Do you think silver's hit its peak and now it's going down? I mean, that's a pretty... Let's look at the 1 month. So that's a sharp decline there. Huh. Learn how to trade. That's probably what I need, huh? I need to learn something. What do you guys think is more interesting, the silver run or the carry trade, the Japanese carry trade? I guess I'll just kind of sit on here and talk to myself about these stocks, huh? We'll do it. I'm going to be here, guys, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Nvidia is at 186. Okay. What have I done? Oh well. There's Ethereum sitting at $2,906. Just not a lot been going on with the cryptos. They've been going down. Let's have a look at the heat map here, guys. Look at the broader markets. Get a feel for what's really going on. We got the Snowpocalypse already here. Tons of snow everywhere. How's that going to affect everything, guys? Who knows? Nvidia is down 0.65%. Apple's up 2.84%. Good day for Apple. Pretty cool. Google. Apple is due for some good days, I believe. It's been going down for a while. Google continues to go up 1.69% today. Microsoft 1.29%. Meta's at 672 today. Very nice. We like that. Tesla, with a market cap of $1.45 trillion, is at 435, down 3%. Was it Berkshire Hathaway? Yeah. Up 1%, 1.7%. JP Morgan, up 1.11%. Fun stuff. Very cool. At least half a dozen dead after business jet crashes during takeoff in Maine. Oh, wow. Bank of America considers new credit card capped at 10% interest rate. This week we've got the Federal Reserve policy meeting on Wednesday. Markets overwhelmingly expect the Fed to keep the federal funds rate steady at 3.5% to 3.75% after 3 cuts at the end of 2025. Investors are desperate for Chair Jerome Powell's guidance on the 2026 path, with inflation remaining sticky at 2.8% and the U.S. economy showing surprise strength, GDP growing at 4.4%. The Fed may signal a much slower pace of cuts than previously hoped. We've got big tech earnings. Super Wednesday. Yeah, this week's going to be a lot of earnings. A lot of interesting stuff's going to be revealed this week. 4 of the Mag 7 companies report this week, serving as a massive referendum on the AI investment thesis and consumer spending. Wednesday, January 28th, Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla all report on the same day. Markets will focus on Microsoft's Azure growth, Meta's digital ad health, and Tesla's automotive margins. Thursday, January 29th, Apple takes the stage. Analysts are looking for updates on their Siri Gemini AI partnership and iPhone demand in China. As you guys can see, I usually use Gemini. Every now and then I'll use Meta stuff for like creating images and stuff like that. I don't know. Each one has their strengths and weaknesses, I guess. I feel like Gemini is kind of cool because it puts it in this nice little format. Most of the things that you ask, it'll give you like a little, report, I guess. It's kind of cool. Geopolitical, trade, and tariff volatility. President Trump has recently introduced significant volatility with threats of a 10% tariff on European nations to pressure negotiations over Greenland and a 100% tariff threat against China regarding trade deals with China. So I think he backed off of that stuff. I think he backed off of that stuff. If I'm being real, if I'm being 100. Key dates at a glance. Tuesday, consumer confidence report, gauge of the U.S. consumer's health. The consumer confidence report. Fed interest rate decision on the 28th. That drives bond yields and stocks. January 29th, jobless claims, personal income. Real-time look at labor market resilience. January 30th, the producer price index, PPI, the final look at inflation for the week. We'll ask some other stuff here in a little bit, probably. Let's do this. I don't think there's anybody in the chat right now, guys. Let's yeah, of course. 0 views, 0 chats. Hey, we're coming for your neck, guys. We're here. We're doing it again. The Dow Jones is up 0.67% on the day. The S&P 500 is up 0.51% on the day. NASDAQ is up 0.44% on the day. The Russell is down 0.33%. And the VIX is down to 0.62, or down 0.62% to 1599. What's up? Alright, guys. Let's freaking go. We got the Snowpocalypse inbound. We got, what is it? The Leviathan moving. We got a big snake moving down there. We got the penguin edits. It's a great time, guys. It's a good time to be alive. Let's have a look at Apple. Like I said before, I think Apple has been going down for a while, so it's probably due. It's probably due. You know what I mean? I think I just heard something snowy out there happening. I don't know what it is, but okay. So you're not gonna let me scroll down, huh? That's the game we're playing, huh? Oh, you know what? You know who will let me scroll down? Google Finance. They'll let me scroll. Scroll how I want to. Let's get, yeah. Let's get that off there. Okay. Here we go. What do you guys think about TradeView versus Google Finance? I find that both of them kind of glitch pretty often. Like, could be user error, I guess, but I don't think it is. A lot of times they'll just do weird stuff. Like, I've tried like pulling up. I remember one day I was trying to like pull up Ethereum and it kept just doing something really weird. Yeah. So we've got Apple here. On the 5-day, it's up 2.7%. One day, it's up 2.97%. On a 1 month chart, it's down almost. It's 6.58%. Over the last 6 months, it's gone up 19.32%, though. Very nice. Year to date, it's down 6%, like we said, over the past month. Over the past year, it's up 11%. Over the past 5 years, it's up 93.55%. So Apple, despite what the haters will tell you, despite what the haters tell you, is making its gains. It's got a market cap of $3.75 trillion, a PE ratio of 34.36, 52-week high of 288, 288.61, 52-week low of 169.21. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pretty cool. I think there's a little button on my mic I can hit that'll mute it when I cough or something like that. Because I'd be coughing sitting here talking like this. I'm not used to this. This is new to me. All this talking wears out my throat, makes me cough. But I'll get used to it for sure. Oh, my dryer. A little background noise for you guys. Alright. Alright, let's read an article about their earnings here. Written Monday. Today. I'm trying to find the author. Apple stock rose notably on Monday as investors looked ahead to the company's fiscal first quarter earnings report, buoyed by renewed optimism from Wall Street. Mackenzie Tatanani reports for Barron's. Mackenzie Tatanani reports for Barron's. J.P. Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee lifted his price target on Apple shares to $315 from $305, while keeping an overweight or buy rating on the stock. The upgrade reflects Chatterjee's view that recent concerns have created an attractive entry point for the shares, even as Apple has lagged the broader market in recent months. On Monday, Apple shares climbed 3.3%, outperforming the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite's 0.6% gain. Over the past 12 months, Apple has risen about 11%, trailing the NASDAQ's more than 22% advance during the same period. Okay. Chatterjee highlighted that investor concerns, particularly around a sharp increase in memory prices, pressuring gross margins, have overshadowed stronger underlying data, including solid sales momentum for the iPhone 17. In Chatterjee's assessment, fears may be overblown. He pointed out that Apple currently trades at 30 times forward earnings, a level below the peak multiples the stock has typically reached, ahead of major iPhone product sales such as the previous high of around 32 times, entering the 5G upgrade cycle. The upcoming earnings report, scheduled for Thursday, January 29th, covering the crucial holiday quarter through December, is expected to serve as a positive catalyst. Chatterjee anticipates the results will demonstrate Apple's reliable execution amid a challenging economic backdrop. While the market awaits the next big demand surge potentially tied to the iPhone 18 cycle, he believes Thursday's numbers could showcase resilience and modest beats on both revenue and earnings, supported by strong iPhone 17 demand and controlled operating expenses. This bullish stance from J.P. Morgan comes as Apple navigates a mix of opportunities in services growth, AI integration, and its massive installed base, even with near-term headwinds like component cost inflation. Yeah, Apple's killing it, from what it seems. We're going to find out Thursday, really, though. We are going to find out on Thursday if they're really killing it. Let's see what we've got. Actually, you know what we'll do? How has the snow affected the economy and economy? Economy. How has the snow affected the economy and stock market? The energy market surge. Okay. The historic winter storms of late January 26, primarily Winter Storm Fern, I guess they're naming them now, have created a complex push and pull effect on the economy. While they have caused significant disruptions to physical commerce, they have also triggered massive rallies in specific energy commodities. So that could potentially be something to think about in the winter, coming in like next winter or whatever. You start thinking about, oh man, maybe natural gas prices are kind of low. Winter's coming. Who knows? Who knows what people might think? Bank of America analysts currently estimate that the storm could shave zero point 0.5 to 1.5 percentage points off Q1 GDP growth due to the sheer scale of the disruption across 200 million Americans. Man, I hope they cancel my work tonight. I've been out there digging my car out all day, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be rough. It's snowy. It's snowy where I'm at. I hope it's not too snowy where you're at. Oops. Energy market surge. The snow and Arctic blast have been a massive catalyst for energy stocks and commodities. Natural gas prices saw a historic surge, jumping 70% in a single week. My God. What are they trying to do to us? I wonder why I can't find my live stream on here. This don't make no sense. Hmm. Maybe I can do it this way. The largest 1 week natural gas prices saw a historic surge, jumping 70% in a single week, the largest 1 week percentage gain on record. Futures hit levels not seen since 2022, surpassing $6 due to record heating demand and freeze-offs, where ice halts production at the wellhead. Jesus. Oil production. Output in the Bakken and Permian regions dropped by approximately 250,000 barrels a day as equipment froze, tightening global supply and pushing crude prices higher. Wow. Can I not watch this? Hmm. Well, well, well. Yeah, so they're hiking up the prices before the storm hits. Very interesting play. So that's your ploy. Hike up the prices before the storm hits so we all gotta pay. I don't like that. But it is what it is. It could be a play to be played. Hard hit sectors. The snow drags. While energy thrived, other sectors faced immediate refrigeration. Restaurants and retail. This sector has been the hardest hit. Foot traffic for dine-in restaurants collapsed over the weekend. Stocks like Sweet Green and Kava and Shake Shack saw double-digit percent drops as investors priced in a weak start to the year. So they were down about 10 to 15%. Aviation and logistics. Over 14,000 flights have been canceled since the weekend. This is not just a headache for travelers, it disrupts high-value air cargo and just-in-time supply chains for electronics and pharmaceuticals. Where I live, there's a big old airport nearby, and I'm sure they're canceling a bunch of flights. Agriculture. In the Midwest and Great Plains, the bitter cold has increased feed costs for livestock and threatened winter wheat crops that lacked sufficient snow cover, potentially signaling higher food prices later this year. Stock market resilience. Despite the paralyzed infrastructure, the broader stock market S&P 500 has remained relatively stable. Historically, winter storms are viewed by Wall Street as transitory shocks. The spending isn't usually lost, just delayed. Winners. Home improvement retailers for repair supplies and delivery-heavy food chains like Domino's actually saw stock gains as they are seen as the primary beneficiaries of people stuck at home. Interesting. Note, the total economic damage is still being tallied, but experts like climate scientist Adam Smith suggest this will easily be the first billion-dollar weather disaster of 2026. Oh, I guess I exited out of Google Finance, didn't I? Okay. Uh. Okay. Henry Hub natural gas look-alike last day financial futures. Okay. What are 3 market names I can track to trade the natural gas spikes? We're asking Gemini this. Guys, remember, this is never ever financial advice. I am a guy talking to himself in the back room, barely lit, in the freezing tundra. In the freezing tundra. To trade the volatility in natural gas, you can track 3 primary market names, tickers, that offer different levels of risk and reward. Natural gas futures for February 2026 recently spiked to over $6, representing a 15% jump in a single day due to the Arctic freeze. The Arctic freeze is what they're calling it. My goodness. 1. United States Natural Gas Fund. What it is, the most popular pure play natural gas ETF. How it works, it tracks the price of natural gas futures contracts. It is unleveraged, meaning it aims for a 1-to-1 move with the gas market. Best for traders who want direct exposure to gas prices spikes without the added risk of leverage. Whoa, this is very interesting. Boil. ProShares Ultra Blooming Natural Gas. Boil. BOIL. ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas. What it is, a 2x leveraged ETF. How it works. It is designed to deliver twice 200% the daily return of the natural gas index. If natural gas jumps 5%, BOIL aims to jump 10%. Best for high conviction short-term trades during extreme weather events. Risk. Leverage decays over time. If the gas price stays flat or moves against you, losses are magnified significantly. Whoa, that's kind of cool. All this stuff comes with risk, though. You bet on a freaking storm coming, and it ends up not working out for you, and lose all your money. Not gonna be very cool then. Not gonna be very fun then, is it? EQT Corporation. What it is: the largest natural gas producer in the United States. How it works: unlike the ETFs above, this is a company stock. When gas prices spike, EQT's profit margins expand, often leading to a rally in the share price. Best for traders who prefer owning a company with a balance sheet and dividends rather than speculative futures contracts. Okay. So yeah, here goes. 3 tickers you can trade to. Let's do this real quick before I rattle that off. Okay. So we got the one that tracks 1-to-1. That's the UNG ETF. UNG. United States Natural Gas Fund. Let's check it out. It's up to $14.83. I'm going to see something real quick. I'm going to see something real quick. Over the past 5 days, it's up 8.88%. Just today, it's up 6.16%. 15.77% over the past month. Over the past 6 months, you can see it went down quite a bit. Right there. But it's up 8.49% over the past 6 months. This is called UNG. UNG. Okay, so this is like options. You can't just trade this like a normal stock. That kind of had me a little confused. United States Natural Gas Fund surged nearly 40% in January, driven by extreme cold weather and short covering. Despite the recent gains, analysts project volatility with potential pullbacks. Sentiment suggests a short-term buy, but a potential fall in the next 3 months due to a current overall falling trend and overbought technicals. Let's hear its bullish and bearish views here. This is UNG, United States Natural Gas Fund. Bullish view. Extreme cold weather drives demand. An Arctic polar vortex brought extreme cold to the U.S., significantly increasing heating demand projections and driving natural gas futures up sharply in mid-January. Short-term technical signals. The fund has strong buy signals from several short and long-term moving averages, and technical indicators suggest a high probability of a continued upward trend in the immediate future following a recent surge. Inventory levels draw down. Heavy withdrawals from storage facilities, while still slightly above the 5-year average, are tightening the market, reinforcing concerns about supply shortages and supporting prices. So that gives them like higher demand. They're probably able to increase their prices and stuff like that. That's what I heard about. That's what made me want to look into this today. Is I heard about somebody saying that they had increased the prices a whole lot, and I was like, oh well, go figure, you know. Yeah, so they increased the prices like coming into the year end, so that when the storm starts to hit, that's when they get you. Despite recent gains, the ETF is in a very wide and falling trend in the short term. This is the bearish view. Long-term falling trend remains. Despite recent gains, the ETF is in a very wide and falling trend in the short term. The long-term moving average remains above the short-term average, which is generally a sell signal. Overbought technical indicators. The stochastic oscillator is in the overbought zone, and the price broke its upper Bollinger Band, with both suggesting a potential price pullback in the near future. Milder weather forecasts ahead. The U.S. Energy Information Administration has lowered its Q1 2026 price forecast, assuming January temperatures will be milder than normal, which would limit natural gas consumption. So maybe after the Snowpocalypse, they won't be doing so hot. That's what that kind of tells me. A 52-week low of $9.96, a 52-week high of $24.33. Market cap, $2.3 billion. $2.03 billion. Okay. Kind of cool. Very interesting. The next one is Boyle. Your risk level is very high. ETF leveraged. It tracks the gas price 2 to 1. Okay. Let's check it out. Hey. Why not let me scroll? That's the main thing I see. This thing, sometimes it doesn't let me scroll quite how I want to. It drives me crazy. ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas ETF. Up 12.33% today. Over the past 5 days, it's up 18.22%. Over the past 1 month, it's up 26.2%. Over the past 6 months, it's down 12%, 12.18%. We're officially in after hours trading, guys, or we have been for about 30 minutes. Year to date, up 38%. The past 1 year, it's down 45%. Look at that. So see that little tracker down there at the bottom? That's the volume building into the year end. Very interesting. Now look at that 5-year chart. Look at that 5-year chart. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. May 20th, 2022. Let's go May 27th, 2022. Make you think. Make you think here. No. May 7th, 2022. Since May 7th, 2022 was a Saturday, there was no active trading for that specific day. However, because ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas is a leveraged ETF that undergoes frequent reverse stock splits, looking at historical data can be extremely confusing without the proper context. To give you the most accurate picture, here is the price of the context of what was happening in the market at that time. The price on May 6th and 9th, 2022. If you look at a split adjusted chart today, the price for the weekend appears to be roughly $10,532. So I'm saying that price looked crazy. Saturday the market was closed. Monday, $9,208. Why is the price so high? It is important to understand that BOIL did not actually cost $10,000 per share in 2022. At the time, it was likely trading in the range of $70 to $90. The reason your current chart shows 10,000 is due to a series of reverse stock splits intended to keep the ETF's price from falling to zero. Since 2022, Boyle has had several major splits. Yeah, so that's dangerous. That's wild stuff. June 23rd, 2023, a 1 for 20 split. November 7th, 2024, a 1 for 5 split. When these happen, the historical price is multiplied by the split factor, 100 times 20 times 5. So the old data matches the current share structure. I think we all kind of get that when they split, it divides it down into 20 shares or whatever, if it's a 20 to 1 split. What was happening in the market? May 22 was a period of extreme volatility for natural gas. The price surge. Prices were skyrocketing due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict and fears of a global energy shortage. The drop. On Monday, May 9th, the first trading day after your date, Boyle actually crumbled by over 12% in a single day as natural gas futures took a sharp breather after hitting multi-year highs. Warning for 2026. The massive difference between the $10,000 historical price and today's $31 price is the result of volatility decay. Leveraged ETFs like Boyle lose value over time if the market is sideways. Okay. Let's look at EQT. This is actual stock, EQT Corp. Or corporation. EQT gained over 9% in the past week, driven by a weather-related surge in natural gas prices. Over the past year, very choppy. But overall up 16%. Over the past 5 years, it's up 245%. Natural gas. Natural gas. Who knew? Let's do this. Alright. So yeah, pretty cool. Give me 3 regular stocks that are natural gas stocks. I've never really messed too much with natural gas stocks. But hey, we got EQT. We got Cheniere Energy, LNG, the export giant. Cheniere is the leading exporter of liquefied natural gas in the U.S. Why it matters. While weather drives short-term spikes, Cheniere profits from the global spread, buying gas cheaply in the U.S. and selling it at higher prices to Europe and Asia. It is considered a more stable, long-term way to play the natural gas sector compared to the drillers. Kinder Morgan, the infrastructure king. This is a midstream company, meaning they own the pipelines and storage facilities. Why it matters. Kinder Morgan moves roughly 40% of all natural gas produced in the U.S. It acts like a toll booth. It gets paid based on the volume of gas moving through its pipes. During extreme weather, their storage assets become incredibly valuable, and the stock often offers a high dividend yield, currently around 3.9 to 5.2% depending on recent price action. So a quick comparison, we've got Alright, here's 3 stocks you can use to trade the Snowpocalypse. Here. Guys, here's 3 stocks you can use to trade the Snowpocalypse. Guys, here's 3 stocks you might think about next time the Snowpocalypse comes. Here's 3 stocks you might think about the next time the Snowpocalypse comes. Yes. Yes. Anybody watching? So what does it matter? We'll sit here and get this right. Here's 3 stocks you can... Whatever. Here's 3 stocks to think about the next time the Snowpocalypse comes. EQT. Direct exposure to gas prices. LNG. Global demand for U.S. gas. KMI. High volume and storage demand. One more bonus one. Expand Energy. Yeah, so we've got EQT. We'll do the 5-day chart for each of them. So there's the 5-day chart for EQT. Oops, wrong thing. LNG. LNG. Cheniere Energy. LNG Cheniere Energy Incorporated. That's over the past 5 days. It's up 0.23%. KMI Pipeline. KMI. What are we doing? There we go. Kinder Morgan's down 0.78% today. It's up 2.88% over the past 5 days, though. Have a look at the heat map one more time. Nvidia's down 0.64%. Everything's still nothing too crazy going on today. Tesla's down 3%. AMD's down 3.22%. AMD's falling down today. But it's up 6.47% over the past 5 days. And 16.89% over the past month. So, can't go up in a straight line forever. Or can it? Who knows? You never know. You really never know. So yeah, that's fun. We got 3 natural gas stocks that you can think about next time the snowpocalypse hits. EQT, LNG, and KMI. And one more for your radar, Expand Energy, EXE. Yeah. So here's 3 stock tickers to think about the next time the snowpocalypse hits. EQT, LNG, and KMI. All 3 of these stocks will give you some exposure to the natural gas industry. Check them out and see what you think. Guys, we've done it again. We have done it again. It's your cousin Dustin. Like and subscribe. Like I say, we'll be here next day. Will be Wednesday. And then we'll be back on Friday. And then we'll be back next Monday. And etc. etc. Into the future we go. But for me, I gotta go out here and dig a little more of this driveway out, guys. A little more. So, yeah. Good luck with the snowpocalypse. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope everything's cool. I think that's going to be it.